Hi, my name is Patrick from Schneiders Buero. We're here at Dancefair in Utrecht, and we're right here at the Endorphin's booth. And yeah, let's have a closer look to this beautiful system. When Endorphin came up with the Furthrrrr generator, they originally planned to build a complete synth, but then they decided to break it up into a couple of Eurorack modules. And now they reached a state that they wanted to achieve, that you could have a complete system on 84 HP, and the last module missing was the mixer. And I will explain it in detail a bit later, but yeah, now you have a complete synth, all Endorphins. And maybe just a short walkthrough through the modules.
It's based on Buchla, right?
Yeah, it's not a clone, and it's a bit different, but it's kind of like a music easel. So you have one compact synth that you can use, and it's pretty lightweight, so you can have it in a plane, and that's not a problem. So okay, for those that are not familiar with the modules, so here we have the shuttle control. It's an amazing MIDI to CV interface. You can connect it via USB, and you have a couple of presets that you can save, and these presets will basically just carry the information what these jacks will carry. So they can output control voltages for notes, for MIDI control change. They can output gate signals. They can even have a clock output with different clock divisions that are derived from the MIDI clock information. And yeah, as you can see, you have 16 outputs, and so yeah, it's a 16-fold MIDI CV interface. It's amazing.
What's the resolution?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe you should ask the Endorphin guys. Okay. I'm pretty sorry.
Probably 12 bits, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it should at least be 12 bits. I'm not sure if maybe it's even higher. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, it will work. Yeah, there's a Furthrrrr generator. I don't think I have to say too much about it. It's a very famous module. It's already a classic. It was the first module. It's kind of Buchla 258. It's a complex oscillator. So we have one carrier, one modulator for stuff like frequency modulation, amplitude modulation, or balance modulation, which is ring modulation if you turn the modulation amount all the way up. You don't have to patch something, you just take the switches and dial in the amount of modulation you have, and you're ready to go. The modulator could also be switched to LFO mode. Yeah, then you have an LFO.
And oscillator, I mean, it's a capable oscillator. Just
yes, definitely. So if you don't need the complex function where they are actually modulating each other, right, then you have two amazing oscillators on its own. And also, have a look here, this small little sticker. It's very important. There are two kind of versions of the Furthrrrr generator. This one has the strong 0 linear FM core, which basically makes it capable of through 0 FM.
Oh, okay.
And for people already having the Furthrrrr with the old non-through 0 core, you can simply buy the strong through 0 core, and just at the back you just put it on and change it, and it's pretty easy, and then you have the new core as well. So then there's the terminal, brilliant module, could be used as a synth on its own. We have two envelopes in the West Coast style, so only rise and fall, or attack and release if you want it like this. They have a loop mode, so they can work as LFOs or oscillators, and they are special in a way that they are digital. They are digital to take some advantages out of this, and basically this is when you're familiar with this concept. So you have the rise and fall, and you have different characteristics from logarithmic to linear to exponential, and if you use them as an oscillator, once you start changing the characteristic, the pitch will change because the times are changing. And with this digital version, this won't happen. So actually you can use these controls as a wave shaping function for your oscillator, and you also have the key in, which is a volt per octave input. And since it's digital, it's not like other things like that are based on this search kind of envelope. It's not like they almost track 1 volt per octave, they track 1 volt per octave, so you can really use them as an oscillator.
I noticed, it's very precise.
And
also the envelopes are very, very precise.
Yeah, they're very, very precise. And I mean, since they're used for modulation, it doesn't really matter whether they're analog or not in a way. And especially when you use them in combination with a low pass gate. We have 2 of these here. In the end, if you like to have those Buchla bongos where you simply ping the envelope with a very the low pass gate with a very, very short envelope, then the vectoral magic is taking place, and it doesn't matter what the envelope is actually doing because the magic is in the filter then.
It's a hybrid digital analog module.
Exactly, it's a hybrid. The filters are analog, and we also have another digital feature. It's the so-called cabin pressure. Basically, it's a delay with a kind of reverbish flavor in it, and it has a tap input, so you can send in the clock, and then it's the delays are clocked to this because you have no other control than the dry-wet mix. Right. But it's a nice feature if you're playing live and you just don't want to have the totally dry sound. You just add a little bit of this delay, reverb kind of thing.
A little bit of body.
Exactly. Right. And nice feature is you have a headphone out, so you should better not use your headphone on any of these outputs. I guess everyone familiar with a modular system will know that plus minus 5 volts are neither good for your headphone nor for your ears. So be careful, but don't be careful with this one. It's just headphone output.
Okay, so limiter inside.
Actually, I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't want to tell you lies.
Okay.
But basically, it's a very convenient feature for your headphones, or also if you don't know how to connect to your PA without overblowing it, take this output.
Well, it's very nice if you're playing live and you want to quickly check if the patch is active or if it's doing what it's doing.
Exactly. Then next we have the gateway. The gateway is an expansion for the terminal. When you have a look at the terminal at the backside, you will see that there are lots of jumpers, and these jumpers are there to basically you have to, when you only use this module, you have to make some decisions. You have to decide whether the low pass gates should actually be low pass gates or low pass filters, and there was no space on it, so you have to use the jumper. But when you have the expander, you can simply switch the function from VCF to low pass gate. Also, you have a logic output for those 2 envelopes. They are either end of rise or end of fall, but you have to make the decision once again, and you use the jumper. Once you have this module, you have both of these logical outputs at the same time, so you don't have to choose between them. And another nice feature of the gateway, actually this will work with every oscillator, so it's not limited to the terminal or the further generator. Right. It's kind of an auto-tune feature. When you have an oscillator, most oscillators have different waveforms available at the same time. So you can, let's say you need a sawtooth or whatever output, and you have a square or a saw output left, take it and put it in here, and also take the CV that you would usually use to control your oscillator with. Don't put it in the oscillator, put it in here, and now the module has the information of the voltage that is coming in, and it can also measure the frequency of the oscillator playing. And now when you push the auto-tune button, it will simply create an offset to push it to the next note A, or a division or multiple of 440 Hertz in this case.
So scaling function for the note information that you feed also.
Exactly. So it's so easy to tune your oscillators. You have 2 of these, just put them in, push the auto-tune button, and you have to take the control voltage then from this module to get to your oscillator, of course. But then they're in tune, perfectly fine. And yeah, it's a very handy feature. And then next is the Porta Nova. It's it's a prototype, and I can already tell you that this is not a final design. It will change. I don't want to talk about these changes right now, but let's come to the things that make this thing very special. You could think, okay, it's a small little mixer. We have way too much mixers in the Eurorack land. That's true, but this one really is special. First of all, the inputs are stereo, and you can even take your smartphone, whatever, put it in there. This is for inputs 1 and 2. Inputs 3 and 4 are even more special because they are not just inputs, but at the same time they're outputs. There's an input, there's a send, and a return, so there will probably be some kind of special cable. But if you know these smartphone cables with the three pins, that's what it uses, and then you can use it as a effect send return system. And the next special thing is the 5th input. It's called sidechain external in. And yeah, it's doing exactly that. It can sidechain stuff. It can sidechain the signals of channel 3 and 4. So if you put in drums or whatever, you can get these pumping effects or yeah.
So it's if you have a mixer already in your rack, this will add functionality.
Definitely. And it's all aimed on having a small little system that gives you a lot of options when playing live. So yeah, usually when you play live and you have a setup with modular synths and drum computers. So I don't know too many people who really have a compressor and sidechain it, and usually just they connect their instruments, and that's. And now you can have these effects very easy, and it's just nice. Then again, you have a headphone output, you have a left and right output to connect this to your PA system, and yeah, it's Endorphin style, very clever in a way, and definitely not what it seems to be on first sight. So you should once again dig the manual once it's available.
Yeah, it's more complex than it shows.
Yes.
How about pricing?
I don't have the price yet, so also it will probably it will probably take a couple of weeks, months until it's available, and since the design will change slightly, there's no price tag yet.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll find out. Okay, I'll give you the headphones, and then you can let us hear some of this.
Yeah, maybe I just play around with it a bit.
Yeah,
sure.
Give an impression.
All right, that's about it.
Cool.